So the project we are working on is we are going to create a beautiful little amulet, which would be a metallic piece on the end of a necklace. We're going to be using the influences of the Aztecs or the Incas of Mesoamerica. And we're going to create our own design on a piece of tooling metal, but we're going to be using some recycled cardboard to create the base for our design. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our metal. We're going to be very careful when we handle it because the edges are very, very sharp. And what we're going to do is we're going to place the metal onto our foam. We're going to take our little piece of cardboard and we're going to lay it on top. We want to leave almost a 1/4 inch of space all the way around our piece. And we're also going to take a stylus or a pencil or a sharp little stick, and we're going to outline around our cardboard, just like that, and create the shape on our metal. So this is the shape that my necklace piece is going to have when it is finished. So the next step is to trim it out. Try not to waste any of the metal. Someone else can always use the sheet. And you want to cut it out and leave at least a 1/4 inch edge around the metal. And we can check it by placing our piece on there like this. And check it out. There we go. All right, so this is the piece we're going to be working on. I'm going to start working from behind so that my decorations pop out on the front. Remember, working from behind, that is called repose. So we're going to use repose and put designs into our metal. Now, the next thing that I'd like you to try and do is make a decision. The sun was a very, very important decoration and design in Mesoamerica. So it may be something you might be interested in. Some of you might recognize this. This is from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. You might also recognize this. This is the calendar, the Aztec calendars that they used. They were very, very accurate. This was a lip decoration. We can create creatures, or we can just do designs and decorations just pressed into the metal. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a sun design. So I'm going to take my piece and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the pencil first. So I'm going to do almost like a sunset. So I'm going to do a little sun rainbow line like this. I think I'm going to, instead of doing lines all the way around, I think I'm going to create triangular sun rays around. And then inside the sun, I'm going to add a few more designs. Now, anything I do on this side will pop out on the other side, and I'll show you in just a minute. I'm also going to press and create dots. Press and create dots. Color them in with my pencil because that creates what's called a rivet effect. It's going to look like it is a little head of a nail that's holding my piece together. So when I turn it over, you can kind of see those are now raised little buttons, and they look pretty neat. So I'm going to switch out to a smaller tip, and I'm going to go around the little circles. That will make them almost appear like push buttons, or as I said, they're called rivets. You don't want to work outside of the edge of your design at all. So you don't want to do any decorations here, 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 or here in this framing area. And you'll see why in a little bit. Now, inside my sun rays, I'm just going to press on the sides of the lines so they become a little bit more 3D. It's kind of a neat effect. Don't be afraid to turn your work as you work around it. All right, I think the final thing I want to do is in my sun, I'm going to once again turn it over and work from the back. I'm going to find a teeny tiny stylus with a teeny tiny point, and I'm going to just put some little tiny designs, a few more little tiny designs into my sun. When I flip it over, you can see inside there, get a little closer. Inside you end up with some cool designs. You can do all kinds of decorations on this side too. This is chasing. I'm pressing into the front surface of the metal. And what I've done is I put a little spiral there. I thought that would look kind of neat. All right, we're ready for the next step. The next step is once you've got your metal piece the way you want it, you're going to use either a piece of steel wool or a piece of sandpaper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub the surface until the raised edges turn silver and the inside areas stay gold. So you can do like this. I like to go in one direction, not all around. I'm going up and to the right. I'm going to turn my piece up and to the right. And as I said, you can use either steel wool. Steel wool will give you a little bit of a finer scratch. And as you can see, there are areas where it stayed gold. You'll see there's areas that have rubbed away and now show silver. So that is how you create the design.